Hey everybody, happy holidays, and I'm back with another Q&A for this week, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful holiday season and going into the next year. There's so much work to do with this trial, so thank you guys for watching and supporting my channel by watching the videos and subscribing or liking. I want to just get to another Q&A this week, and I am just going to start with my question of the week, and it's, why are there so many delays in this trial and so much confusion? If you see my latest video, Confusion in the Katherine Magbanua trial, trying to explain some of the tactics as well in Katherine's defense in the latest video, and I just think that Katherine's defense team, probably the ones that are behind these delays. I think Katherine probably wants to get this show on the road and get this trial going. I don't know, guys, that's my question. Why are there so many delay tactics? How are these delay tactics going to help Katherine? And how, I talk about how sympathy for Katherine is probably not even really helping her, because I'm realizing that one of her main motives is, to see her children. And if she wanted to see her children, why doesn't she just lie and say that she had something to do with it if she's innocent? If you guys can help me out, and please watch my next video, defense tactics in the Katherine Magbanua trial. So let's jump to the second part of the questions. Thank you so much, Kinor, for so many questions this week. The question is, was Dan's murder prompted by him outsmarting them in the divorce? And I guess them is the Adelsons. So I said, I think that Dan was willing to fight as hard as he had to make sure that the kids were raised the way he wanted them to be raised. Unfortunately, we see that his efforts were stopped. Wendy admitted that this was a very expensive divorce and her parents were footing the bill. I think that paired with Dan's very traditional religious beliefs and lifestyle created a huge rift between the families. I said, I don't think that Dan ever believed that Wendy's family would harm him. If he had any inclination that Charlie was talking to gang members, I don't think that he would have pushed so hard to stay in Tallahassee. I think that he was probably just trying to come up with a temporary plan until they could figure out a custody plan. Unfortunately, I don't think that Wendy wanted joint custody, and neither did Dan. It just seems like if the families were amicable, they could have worked out a plan, and it just doesn't seem like that was the case at all. I think that a lot of the impetus behind all this fighting was their differences, and their marriage had dissolved. I think it seems hard to believe that two people of the same faith could have such different beliefs, but it's a very, very strict faith. And so if Dan was adamant about certain things, that's only one element to this rift. I believe their law background. Wendy talks about in her book that Dan undermined her intelligence and emotionally abusive to her and things like that. So there's so many different layers. We can only begin to speculate, but I think the custody was such a huge deal. They didn't want to share custody. The question from Kinor is Donna's hatred towards Dan. What are these feelings behind this huge rift? And so I said, Donna did not seem like a very loving, caring mother-in-law to Dan, and that is an understatement. The Adelsons were Reform, and the Markels were more Orthodox. I feel like it might seem like a small thing, but I believe it created more drama than people realize. This should never have caused a rift. I think also that it's more like a mother-in-law, son-in-law rift. Things that Dan said to the kids about Donna, things got back to Donna. I think that was just maybe the boys were parroting things that they said. The question is, how do you think the Adelsons are feeling now? So I said they're probably bracing for the media storm this February. Also, probably dealing with their business going under and having to profit off of their rental properties and living off their retirement, because we just heard that the Adelson Institute is in fact closed. I said the boys will be okay because they have the life insurance. I believe it's the $2 million. I said, I'm sure that Dan's sister will be making sure that that money will go towards the boys only, hopefully. So it's probably difficult to see where the money is going. If the Adelsons are paying Katie's bills, they are probably very stressed and hoping she won't flip before or after the trial. So if the Adelsons are paying Katherine's bills, it's keeping her quiet. You know, time will tell, guys. Let's figure this out week by week. Let's get closer and closer to our version of the truth. Have a wonderful holiday and enjoy any break that you have. Give your family a big hug. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day.